We got some Spider-Verse news, baby. Oh wait, no, hold on. It's like we weren't centered at all. All right, so I've been holding off on making this particular video about Miles G. Morales, who's the Prowler of Earth 42, because I really wanted more information to come in before I made the video, and then discovered that everything that I said was wrong. So, in regards to Miles G. Morales, the Prowler, this is from the official art book for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So it goes, Miles G. Morales, the Prowler, is the alternate reality version of Miles who grew up completely differently from him. This version of the character was never bitten by a radioactive spider and doesn't have any superpowers, but he has fallen into the role of becoming the vigilante, the Prowler. Under the tutelage of his uncle Aaron, Miles comes face to face with this other version of himself and realizes that because one thing dropped the other way, everything has changed due to the butterfly effect, where one small change can later result in larger changes to a deterministic nonlinear system. In this case, an entire reality, says director Justin K. Thompson. Internally, we decided to call this parallel world version Miles G. Morales to avoid confusion. That means that a lot of the themes for the character that we only got snippets of, because there were a lot of visual choices when we initially saw the character on screen that I said really screamed back to our version of Miles. When we see the Prowler, he's up in the rafters in essentially a Spider-Man pose. He even drops down from the rafters the way in which a Spider-Man character would. And his entire attitude really didn't seem as though he was out to kill Miles. It seemed as though he was more interested in exactly where Miles came from, which is why one of the questions he asks Miles when he has Miles chained up is your father still alive? And of course, it's going to be a sore spot for him and a point of contention because his dad is dead. But because both our Miles and that Miles are basically parallels of one another, our Miles was studying the idea of the multiverse, and he wanted to chase us, basically learning more about the multiverse so that he can visit his multiversal friends, especially get to Gwen's universe so he can visit her in her universe with no problems whatsoever. It would make sense that this version of Miles, whose father died, would still be interested in the exact same things and the exact same sciences that our Miles is essentially interested in. So once he sees this other reality version of himself, he already puts two and two together. He's not from my universe, he's from another universe, and in this universe he didn't become the Prowler. His dad's still alive, so he's this weird Spider-Man type hero. And I really can't wait to see the story that we're essentially going to get in regards to Miles G. Morales in this new universe and our Miles, because it really seems as though the, not even maybe the entirety of the story, but maybe the first act of Beyond the Spiderverse is going to take place in, or should I say on, Earth 42, with Miles and the Spider Gang essentially teaming up to help this vigilante hero version of Miles defeat whoever his major villains are and kind of clean up the city so that they can, or at least our Miles can make reparations for the fact that he basically usurped and stole that Miles's destiny. Because like I said, there's an idea of themes where if you go back and you see when Miles first meets Peter, how Miles's color scheme is essentially that of the Prowlers, where it's green and it's purple. But then once he meets Peter and he realizes, oh snap, I have the powers of Spider-Man, his color scheme switches from the green and purple over to the red and the blue, which highlight the fact that his destiny had essentially changed, where our Miles was probably supposed to end up being the vigilante, the Prowler as well in our universe, but it just didn't work out for him. Like he said, one domino fell, completely changed and rewrote the fate of two completely different universes. So it's going to be super dope and interesting to see exactly where we go in regards to the story being told for Miles G. Morales. I'm hoping that just like the first one gave us intros for all the Spider-Man characters, Beyond the Spider-Verse takes a second to give us an intro to Miles G. Morales, where he's basically like, all right, let's run it back and take it from the top. My name is Miles G. Morales. I'm from Earth 42, and I am this universe's vigilante hero, the Prowler. That's going to be interesting to see. But let me know what you guys think about this, discovering that Miles G. Morales is not a villain. He is a vigilante. He is a hero in his own universe, even though it kind of feels though they were trying to set that up, trying to bamboozle us, send us down the wrong path. It's interesting to discover that we're going to be dealing with another version who's also a hero of Miles, who might be a little bit rough around the edges. Instead of a Superman, instead of a Spider-Man-like character, we're probably going to be leaning more towards a Batman-like character, where this version of Miles runs around, he puts the fear of God into people to put them basically back on the straight and narrow. But yeah, comment down below, let me know what you think, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.